Hey, welcome to the Personal Development Unplugged podcast with me, Paul Clough. And this is an FMQ, a 5-minute quickie podcast, which never lasts 5 minutes. It always goes a little bit longer. But it's a chance for you and I just to muse, to think of a subject, to talk about it for a few minutes, and then spend time thinking, seeing how it would change our life if we maybe developed it a little deeper. And maybe sometimes these 5-minute quickies will go into a longer podcast where we can dive deeper and produce processes, hypnosis processes, NLP processes. Don't worry about the names. They're just processes for making our life and your life absolutely better. Getting rid of anxiety, fear, all those other hang-ups and issues that we have, and have the life we deserve and make dreams come into reality. Quicker, bigger, better than you could ever dream of. But they're the longer podcasts, and this is a 5-minute quickie where we break down the complicated into simple. Because in simplicity there's genius, and that's what we do here. So if you want to just think for a little while, see what happens, see what resonates inside you, and when it does, you go change the world. Personal Development Unplugged. Hey, how are you doing? How you doing, my friend? 5-minute quickie where I want to share what I've been thinking about and what I want to think more deeply about with you. And hopefully it'll resonate with you. Because I love doing 5-minute quickie podcasts just to get some thoughts out there. We've sowed seeds before, little cogs moving. And I think sometimes it's good just to have a little think with a glass of maybe a beer, a wine, G&T, cup of tea, glass of water if need be. But hey, this is what I want to think about. Because a little while ago, well, quite some time ago, I guess, I was listening to Seth Godin. He's a writer, an American writer. You've probably heard about him or read his books if you're really into personal development, but he's a marketing expert and he comes up with some great stuff. And on this podcast I was listening to, he came up with this like a throwaway line. And it got me thinking. And the line was, we rarely regret, I'll start this one again. We rarely regret what we've done in the past. I don't know if I put the rarely in, because sometimes obviously we had, where does regret come from? Sometimes it's when we've done things which maybe we're not proud of. But that's rare, isn't it? Or hopefully it's rare. But the things that we regret are the things that we didn't do, isn't it? You know, the things that we didn't take action on, maybe. Maybe we swerved them because of that. It's how we didn't take action. We swerved them. Maybe we backed away from them. Maybe we hid. Maybe we had a little fear. Maybe we had that imposter syndrome. Maybe we had some anxiety about it. Or we had a limiting belief, if I'm not good enough, who am I? And that's okay. What? What, I hear you say? Cluffy, how can you say that's okay? Well, it's okay if we learn from those times. And that's what we're going to do. Because if we learn from those times, we can pursue our dreams. We can take action. We'll be swerving towards the right thing. We won't be backing away. We won't be hiding. We'll be more confident and competent. We'll have an intention of a dream, which gives us confidence because we have that intention and we can pursue it. But in order to do that, we have to learn from them first, don't we? And that's where I wanted to muse. Not the most happiest thing, but they're in the past and the past has gone and we're going to create a wonderful future, which hasn't started yet and it will be in the now. Just have a little think, maybe, with me. What are the things that you regret not doing? I like to make a note of these things. You know that I've got a journal and I've got a puzzle book. And the puzzle book, I just throw these things down. Things I'm already working on. Things like my art. I want to do more drawing. I'm actually doing other stuff now in art. And I'm making headways. But they were the things I regretted not doing early on. Because there were things I loved when I was younger and I didn't carry on. And I'm going to do a big deep dive on this so we really get to take action and we can really enthuse and be empowered about what we do. But here's a little but we need to do this little bit of homework first. And I think we just need to make a note of the things that we regret having not done. No, we haven't done them, and we're going to make a little note of them so we can learn from them. Because knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it now, because we have the intention of doing this to dive deeper into them, to learn so we can pursue our dreams and make those dreams reality, we know it's a positive thing that we're doing. And if you do it with curiosity, you'll be sowing that seed of curiosity into this without knowing what you're going to be doing, because we haven't gone through the longer podcast yet. But just get the curiosity of, as you write these things down, I wonder what I could learn. I wonder what I will learn from this. Now you might say, well, okay, Cluffy, this is all very well and good. I'm going to leave this till the longer podcast. But the thing is, this is a small, very, very small, but so important step in the process. And the thing is, because it's so small, it ain't going to take too much time, is it? It's going to take the time it takes you to have a gin and tonic. It's going to, or me anyway, a gin and tonic. I love my gin and tonic. Or a beer. I love my beer. That's a slightly longer one because it's a longer drink. And not going to say how I drink, but it might be a cup of tea or a glass of water or whatever your tipple is. But you're not going to do anything else while you're drinking. So use this time wisely, my friend. Like me, join me. Join me in musing together over that relaxation time, you time, me time, and just think of the thing that we've regretted not doing, the things we swerved away, we backed away from, maybe we hid, we weren't confident back then, and just make a note of them with that curiosity. I wonder what I'll learn from this when I deep dive with Cluffy. That's it. That's my 5-minute quickie. Because when we do that, we will never regret not doing again. Because we'll choose to do the things that we want to do. Because we want to get the success and enjoy the process. Hopefully that made complete, utter sense. And if it did, please remember this is not a listening. Well, it is, because it's obviously a podcast, but it's also a listening and a doing. So please do this and then come deep dive with me. And share it with your friends so we can all dive together, okay? So share this episode to your friends, as I know you do with every other episode, don't you? Hey, have more fun than you can stand. And if you want to drop me an email, what is it? It's feedback at personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. Just let me know how you're getting on. Or maybe there's one or two things that you'd really like to think about, and we can think about it together. So just send me a little one-liner, and then we'll work together. Have fun. Go fly.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.